was going to do this upstairs, but the wind is crazy, man. So this is better.
Good. I want it to be better.
Are you guys excited?
Sure.
New album sounds awesome.
Oh, thanks. You heard it?
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I love it.
I keep expecting you to maybe put something substandard out. I don't know why that is, and you keep knocking it out of the park every fucking time. It's awesome.
Depends on who you talk to, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm in love with it, so.
There's some radio viability on the album, which is nice to hear on a couple of the tracks.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we've been told every single record that this is the one, so we don't really think about it in that way. But it's exciting when people get excited about it and they think there's, you know, it's always a, you know, for us it's good to like try to strive, you know, try to reach, and so we're trying to get to as many people as possible so that we can eventually have the big stage show, all the bells and whistles that go along with being a bigger band.
I've only really heard it on my computer, and it sounds
that
awesome
sucks.
on my computer.
All right,
so
yeah.
In whatever 2 months, I'll be able to put it in my car and blast the shit out of it.
That's where you gotta. That's where I do all my music listening.
Yeah.
In the car.
What are you doing on these dates? Are you playing 1 or 2 tracks?
2 tracks. Yeah.
Okay.
Chimes at Midnight and High Road.
I know.
Yeah.
And what's your game plan for rolling out some of the new material? Then you're just gonna.
We got to go practice it. We haven't played it now because we did this tour. You know, we kind of accepted this tour because of the lineup. You know, we had to strike. We had to say yes. You know, because it's such a killer lineup.
Yeah.
So you know, we're out here, and now we're sort of, because of the fact the album's not out yet, we sort of treated it as a opportunity to dig into the catalog.
Yeah.
It is whipping out here, boy.
It is, man.
At Lake Ontario, it ain't no joke. But yeah, so we dug. It's a technical set, you know. It's like a lot of notes being played in an hour and a half span, and it kind of digs into all the different albums, you know. So it's fun. It's really fun. I really like the set. Definitely keeping me in shape, on my toes.
Cool.
So yeah, I still have a cold, of course. I've been, you know, the day we got out here, I started feeling like, oh no, something's going on. So yeah.
You get a little more pressure. You're singing some more songs too. Is that a strain for you on some of the?
A little bit, yeah. But I'm gonna get a vocal coach, and I've been warming up, you know, my vocals, and it's been paying off. I feel stronger than I ever have behind the mic, anyways.
Cool.
I feel a little more focused on that, and there's more vocals being sung on the record by myself, so it's up to me to kind of step it up, you know, and really take that aspect of it really as serious as I can, you know, and be as good as I possibly can. You know. It's not always the easiest thing to do, singing and playing, especially when I'm playing so hard and fast and kind of crazy, and sometimes my breath isn't there, but I do the best I can all the time.
Cool.
I really, really do try, and really, really do want to deliver the best performance possible. That's the most important thing to me every single day. So, you know, at the end of it, I just say, I did give it all that I could.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just under the note to support the note. The note needs a lot of support, so I get right underneath it.
Did you go into this album with a concept or an idea of doing a theme for it?
Not really. We just kind of went into the album going into another album, you know, like we normally do. You know, I thought about a concept. We all thought about what's it gonna be, and there's never a lot of discussion, you know.
There's a bit of an underlying.
There's just a lot of playing.
Relationships running through it in a couple of the songs, from what I could glean out of the lyrics while I was listening to it. I've only played it to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's sort of what it's all about, I guess, at the end of it, you know. And it's gone, as you know, we're gone a lot, so it's just a hard year for everybody. In particular, I guess. Every year presents some kind of, you know, struggle for everybody, but you know, obviously any kind of art form doesn't happen inside of a vacuum, so while you're making music and the the album itself is just kind of a sideline story to the daily lives of the guys in the band. So we definitely find it's nice to have somewhere to go every day. You know? And that place is Mastodon, and it's down at the practice space, and we at least have that. You know what I mean? So we go down there and we try to just throw everything up against the wall and see what sticks.
You tour pretty aggressively too. I mean, you are on the road a lot. You do the European festivals a fair bit. And
we do, yeah. We've always been that kind of, roll up your sleeves, and no one's gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
You gotta work for it. So we work really hard. No one could accuse us of being slack. So we're out there constantly playing music for people and just like I said, trying to do our best with our live show and try to make it as intense as possible and have that feeling every day. But and then try to produce interesting and new and fresh, different, bizarre sounding music that's still hooky.
Yeah.
And we try to straddle that fine line, between technical and with a song like The High Road being like super kind of simple and straightforward, we want to be able to do that as well as something like Aunt Lisa, where it's just kind of bizarre, and all over the place, and got odd time signatures.
That song feels like you threw a fair bit of different things into it.
It's got a
hey ho, let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's kind of
chant in it.
Bizarre.
It's cool.
Yeah. The whole thing is, I like it. It's
reminded me a little bit of Faith No More.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, I love Faith No More.
And there's a neat little rattle on one of the guitar bits. It's like it's got an effect over top of it, and it sounds really shaky and distorted.
Yeah.
It fills out that song nicely as well. It's cool.
It's that's like a reverb coil like an amp being dropped.
It's about your aunt, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah?
Well, Brent wrote the song, the music,
Right.
And then I wrote a bunch of the lyrics. Brent wrote some lyrics as well. So we kind of team. That's what we do. We team up on the lyrics, because it's singing and song and lyric writing is no one in the band's strong suit. So it takes all of us to help out, and we're still actively looking for a singer.
I think you're doing
Our singer left
good.
in the beginning, and we just sort of said, well, I guess we'll all sing a little bit in the interim until someone shows up. And so
I like that you guys
15 years later.
You don't really have a front man. It's
no,
just four guys.
it's sort of the way it was,
cool.
the way it all kind of came together. We're for we don't want that. I guess we're comfortable. We like to be a band in the true sense of the word. Very democratic,
Nice.
4 people, majority rules, and we like to get everybody's ideas in the pot, and we think that's what makes the best Mastodon. The best Mastodon can be is when everybody's kind of touched it with their their personality, their musical personality.
It feels like you were looking back a little bit on this album. Like you cherry-picked bits and pieces of all of your 5 previous albums and nurtured them into something interesting on each of the songs that are present on Once More Around the Sun. And I kind of dig that as a fan.
Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of, it's really, we don't really overthink it too much, We don't talk about it or overthink it. We just play stuff, and if it's something that we're digging on, we sort of know what that feeling feels like, that yeah, we like this, or yeah, that's different and new. Yeah, oh, that kind of sounds like an older version of ourselves,
Yeah.
So we just have our own special, unique barometer, and we sort of follow that wherever it takes us. Our moral and artistic compass points in whatever direction it points in. Our own, divining rods start to tug, and we go, yeah, that's good. Let's do that. It's pretty simple. The riffs come easy. Not super easy, but they're there, and they're constantly being created. Like Bill and Brent are just constantly in writing mode. You never can really turn it off. It's not like a faucet or anything. So I'm just a lucky dude, and I get to jam with those guys. And
it's
Yeah.
I got turned on to you guys about a decade ago with Leviathan. So Chimes at Midnight has got a kind of a special resonance because it feels like it could have been recorded for that album or a B-side from that album. That's pretty neat.
Cool. That's good. That's a definite Mastodon song. You know, it's got everybody in it involved in the writing of that one. Yeah, so that's cool.
Can you talk a little bit about the deluxe edition you guys are selling on MastodonRocks.com right now? The vinyl
The
package?
deluxe. Oh yeah, man,
Yeah.
that thing is gonna be ridiculous. I can't. That's gonna be when I crack the fancy beer in the basement that's been sitting there for 5 years. When I get a copy of that in my hands and can open it up, and the quadruple gatefold vinyl with the Skinner artwork from Life to Death. It's just ridiculous. Skinner just, God, what an amazingly talented individual, and just so hooked into us, and such a good friend, and his abilities are that piece of art that he created is just above and beyond. And hopefully we'll just kind of live down in infamy as being one of the baddest record covers ever, you know.
I can't wait to see it. I've only seen a little bit that's on,
It's so
on the
sick.
website. So.
We just saw the actual piece in person last week when we were in Oakland. It's ridiculous. So
Did you know you were going to do that when you commissioned it? Did you tell them it was going to be this big honking gatefold?
yeah, that was my initial idea. That was my what I thought. I said it should be 4 panels, and then those 4 panels would be this massive gatefold. And I didn't even know if it was going to be doable. You know what I mean? I hadn't even asked Warner Brothers yet, so I kind of just like we kind of just did it and just sort of and said, well, hopefully this is doable. I mean, I saw a Yes album that was a quadruple gatefold, so I was like, it's doable.
Yeah.
If they could do it in the 70s, then they can do it in the aughts.
True enough. The last track on the album was Scott Kelly.
Oh man, it's one of my favorite moments.
He's like the 5th member of your band, man.
Yeah, we're slowly but surely trying to usher him into the fold. You know what I mean? But he's another just incredible person, an incredible artist, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And just always like to have him involved somehow. You know, he's just a mentor and another compass, you know, and another barometer that you can sort of point to, and really another relationship that has been a long one, and a dear friend, and I'm just so happy to have him involved and always just deliver the goods like nobody. And that whole ending piece, when it just kind of, I don't know, it's like such a good send-off for the album, I think.
All your albums tend to end pretty majestically. There's always like a neat song and a cool outro, or like a lengthier song, and you just get a little more
It should be.
introspective. You know, it's cool.
Yeah, it's thought of that way. You know what I mean? Like it's something you have to. You know, they present themselves. You know, they go, "I'm the end. I'm the end of the record." Yeah, okay. Oh, you're the end? Okay. Kind of see them, you know. It's like a nice wave goodbye. And then it starts over again. I like the way this one starts too. It's kind of slow. Not slow,
Yeah.
but it's like
It's almost got a Middle Eastern twinge to it.
it's
that
just
little
kind of like
slow build.
yeah, it's cool. It's a good soft. It's like a soft. I mean, it's heavy. The first song, "Tread Lightly," is super heavy,
Yeah.
but it's like a soft entry. You know, it takes a little while to get to that chorus, and it's just, I like it. It's nice.
Great title.
I
too,
can see,
Tread Lightly. That's a cool title.
I can see Troy just like on top of a mountain with like a sword or something, and he's singing those lyrics. Man, I've gotten some really good feelings from everything, you know, and I've listened through the whole thing. Every single song is like giving me a really special like something, you know what I mean? At some point, either alone in the van with it just jamming, and it's just like hairs on the back of the neck. You know, just really have been able to sink into every single song that's on there.
Nice.
So I know that that'll transfer to somebody. You know what I mean? Maybe obviously not everybody, but it's there. So you know.
2 things happened to me the first time I played it. 50 minutes went by super quick,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't really hear a bad song. You know,
Cool.
I was just put it on again. I was like, that was pretty fucking special.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Good. Yeah, I'm. You know, at this point, I'm like, I haven't listened to it in a little while. I gave it a break because we listened to it every single day for like 6 months. You know?
Sure, yeah.
And so I'm waiting for it to be done and get like a finished copy, and then I'll blast it again.
Right on.
Me and the wife put it on at the house and get excited about it.
You're making it look easy.
Huh?
You keep putting out great albums. I used to say that Crack the Sky was your swan song, but I don't know if I can say that anymore.
I don't know. You know, the next one I really want to go bizarre. You know, I just really want to do something crazy. You know, and I think everybody else does too. And we've written some songs now. You know, and we have the catalog to back up a headline set.
Yeah.
Now I want to get really weird, or just do something crazy. I don't know. I have that feeling inside. I think everybody else does too in the band. Just want to get really bizarre. That'd be good.
Cool, man.